Hi everybody, it's Alana, and today, if you don't notice, I might be showing more than I need to be showing. No, we're good. Okay, we're good. I am dressed a little bit vintage because I am actually a huge fan of vintage. Huge fan, and I'm finally getting the chance to really branch out and get more vintage things. But today I decided I was going to take and get a picture of somebody with their makeup done up like in a specific era, and then recreate that. And unfortunately for me, the costume I wanted to use for today's video that my sister has is apparently about 4 sizes too small. So, because it's authentic. It's authentic is a 1920s flapper outfit. And it is authentic. She got it in one of those boxes that you get from people that they randomly give you a bunch of stuff from their attic. So it literally... So I'm wearing something that's a bit more 40s, but I have a picture of actually it's the picture I have is actually more Vamp style. So that's Vamp style, but still 1920s, and I've gotten the gist of it. I've got it figured out, but let's see if I can do it. So I'm going to be doing voiceover for the majority of this. Oh, and yes, previously you saw I had really long nails that were the black with the cat eye streak that's gel and had the magnet stuff in it. So much fun, so great. But they were too long and I almost broke my finger, like legitimately finger, not nail, but finger. So I had them trimmed down, and I did them in Easter, or not really Easter, no, springtime style. So they're pretty, and I don't normally do a pink, but gosh darn it if I didn't love it with the matched with the rose gold as accent nails. And I had them do it not even, on purpose. So that was really great. Again, I went to Nails for You here in Rockford, Illinois. I strongly suggest going there. Strongly suggest. They do a very good job.
As with any makeup I would do, I'm going to start with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer. Here I have my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation that I'm just dotting across my face as normal. I'm trying to get a uniform coverage because back then they didn't contour, they didn't like to have anything like that. They liked the rounded face, so they wanted it to look just as smooth and matte as possible. And if you notice that my nose ring is gone, well, it was just time to say goodbye to the nose ring. I just decided I was over it. Well, I guess this is as good as it's going to get in terms of the foundation, so I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. concealer and try to even out any dark spots. That includes under the eyes, on the nose, chin, a few spots on the forehead, and just try to get a nice look to it. Now I'm just going to blend that out with my Ulta brand beauty blender, and here we have the finished look there. That's as flat as I could get it. I'm going to powder it down to create that nice smooth velvety matte finish, because that's what they went for back then. They used powder. And now I'm going to go ahead and use a eyeshadow primer because I want this to look good. I'm being very careful to cover both eyelids completely because that will make or break this look. For the e.l.f. Smoky Eye Palette, which I got the inspiration from this picture right here, I'm just going to try to blend a white powdery coat over the top to use as a bit of a transition shade. It was a bit more shimmery than I thought it would be, and then I'm trying to blend out a gray color, but the thing is that my camera crapped out on me right here, and I didn't get a chance to show you that after a while of trying to blend it, I gave up and went to my Morphe palette's color of black to kind of get a better, more uniform color, and I smudged that out as well into my under eye. The effect really is quite startling. But up next will be the eyebrows, which from this picture you can see were pencil thin. They really liked it narrow, so I grabbed my Revlon palette and I just made lines. And they were not even because I've never done just a single line before. It's a long ways from the Angry Birds, isn't it? Looking at yet another picture, I realized from this one here that I could add a little bit more detail to my eyes by grabbing an Ulta palette, being a shimmer top coat palette specifically. Thank you, Genevieve, for the wonderful fingerprints in it. And I grabbed the Frost color and just grabbed a eyeliner brush and smudged that into my lash line on the top and bottom. The stinker likes to close on me. Ugh. As you can see, it was actually quite easy to just dab that across the lids right in those spots and make a really nice detail. And up next I have my mascara, which I use to liberally coat my eyelashes very carefully. This is the Physicians Formula again, as you know. And I was very sure to get all the lashes as much as possible to make them pop against the dark of the smoky eye. I had to mute out my lips because I have to make smaller lips because they liked the Cupid doll style, which is indicated in this picture here. So I used some concealer and blotted out my lips, and then I grabbed a berry colored lipstick and just underdrew a lip, but it wasn't quite dark enough, so I added some berry colored eyeshadow and then topped that off at the very end with some black to try to darken it a little bit further.
Come on, babe, we're gonna paint the town. And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car, I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that jazz.
No.
No? Did you like that though?
No.
Oh. Oh.
No.
Well, that's all I've got for you today. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and show me that you love me. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and make that bell ring loud and proud so you know when I post, because I post weekly. Bye, see you, love you, always thinking of you. Have a really great day. Don't let anyone get you down. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle. And remember, do with passion, not at all. And again, I'd like to say I'm sorry that this was late. I was sick. But you have a really, really great weekend.